From episode 545 of Fourth and Jawn, I'm Gail Saunders here with Evan Hollywood Hearn, Mr. Prime, Mr. Luciano, Mr. Born the Eagles fan, and Tim Kincaid in the building. Tim Armstrong on his way. But we are talking about the free agency frenzy. This is the Howie season episode. Shout out to him. We just got breaking news. You know, we had things to talk about, other things to talk about. But bang! Reek Woolen has signed. That means our cornerback situation is looking pretty good. He's a player that we all collectively, for a while, we've talked about a potential a trade last year, maybe. We've all been kind of, hoping we can get that cornerback situation shored up, and that's I think that's the tipping. That's not the tipping point. I think that's the starting point. So I think obviously we did lose some players. We're gonna talk about it collectively, but I think while you are frustrated, I mean, I'm not frustrated, but there are Eagle fans that are frustrated. What's Howie doing first day? Relax, okay? Relax. We got a budget. If you're frugal gang like Evan, you spend your dollars wisely. So on the second day, Howie's made a move that makes sense. We're going to talk about it, but losing Reed Blankenship, a captain, losing Nakobe Dean. We love Nakobe Dean. Very happy for him. Losing Jalen Phillips. They all got paid handsomely. And I think we just have to. That's the reality of free agency. Good players, but we're gonna get into it. Ev, I mean, how are you feeling so far?
I feel good. I'm realizing, as an Eagles fan, that we've got a development system here that you're not going to be able to hang on to all of your favorite players because they priced themselves out of range. You guys look at like Jalen Phillips, like you just said. Look at Milton Williams last year. Reed Blankenship, even to an extent this year. These are all guys that developed and ended up playing well here and going and getting a bag. So you just got to keep on putting cogs in the machine. I mean, Vic Fangio, we got to take advantage of him being our defensive coordinator for as long as we have him. He's one of the best defensive minds in the league, and to add in a sure cornerback to have opposite of Quinyon Mitchell, that's going to be huge. So I'm, thinking about them two on the outside, Coop in the slot. You got Makuba, hopefully showing you a year or two development coming back from injury. And we're going to see what happens as far as, how the rest of the secondary looks. But I think that Howie is not behind at all. I know there was a lot of people complaining yesterday, talking about how, Howie Roseman, he wasn't making enough moves. There was teams like the Raiders and the Falcons that were jumping out, and look at how those franchises perennially, how they show up every year after year. Howie Roseman, there's a method to his madness. He's got a plan. He's got guys that are his guys, and I think we're going to be all right between this and picking up 4 draft picks yesterday. I'm feeling pretty happy.
Primo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at ease, man. I mean, it definitely sucked to see those 3 guys go. I mean, look, big ups to Jalen Phillips. I mean, that was a huge contract. We couldn't even compete with that. There was no way, you know what I mean? But I'm glad he ended up getting that big money, with Carolina. I think for what I read, it was kind of like close to home for him. So, it all worked out. About to be a dad to a newborn and stuff like that. So congratulations on that. And then Reed and Nakobe Dean, I mean, we were talking about it for weeks. We were kind of prepared ourselves mentally. This is the business, this is what we got to expect. And here it is. It happened. It sucked tremendously. But I think what made it definitely, me, especially, I'm just talking on my behalf where I'm at ease that it didn't happen the way we were scared it was going to happen. They didn't sign with, Dallas. So, I'm glad they ended up getting the money that they did, and then they ended up going where they went because, that definitely made things more acceptable. But hey, look, we got to prepare ourselves and get ready to go ahead to make changes. I mean, that's the big thing. We definitely looked look was trying to get ready going into the season. And then right now, before we popped on the breaking news, I mean, Reek Willing, that's a pretty decent pickup right there, especially at the quarterback position. So I agree with you, man. I mean, at least uh, puts a decent bandage on what we thought was going to be a hurt piece, but I mean, at least I think the five of us are feeling a little bit better now.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Everything that you guys said, man. I agree with it. First things first, though. Bad teams overpay free agency, so I need Eagle fans to chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it And I don't have a problem with what the Eagles have done so far. I really haven't. Kudos to those guys that you guys mentioned that they left the building. But definitely shout out to N'Kobe Dean. Like, you're forever an Eagle, B. Like, forever. You know what I mean? Like, Dallas was there. Dallas was trying to get you, and you were like, nah. So you're forever an Eagle, man. You're definitely going to be missed. He's probably the one. He's probably the one I was like, man, damn. Like, we knew he was going to leave, but it just sucks. Second of all, it's basically about when guys get signed. It's the pivoting. It's a pivoting factor. Basically, it's good for teams like, especially like Carolina, the Raiders. Those teams can spend money because they got rookie quarterbacks, right? Or they don't have a quarterback, so they can spend it. Hey, go ahead and spend that most bread, whatever they got to do. But I think what I'm really, really happy about the Eagles is, and Howie's just saying patient. He's letting the game come to him. Back in the day, he used to just go and spin. He was like the what was the bird off DuckTales? He just spent all his money and then just hopefully he's pitching on something and laying something good. So I'm happy where we're at. And I'm sorry about the exciting whites. I'm sorry, but Reed got his money, and now we got to take care of ours.
What say you, Mr. Armstrong?
I mean, there was a lot of conversation of what the Eagles are going to do. Are they going to do something? They haven't. They've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Going in today, we'd only spent 1.2 million in cap compared to the $2 billion that was spent yesterday by the other teams. I think, to everybody else's point, we waited, bided our time, got the player we were looking for. This was a position of concern last season that everybody was stressing about. We went through the Adoree Jackson experiment. We went through the Michael Carter trade. We went through all these different pieces to try and fill that role. We're going into the season. That's already nixed off the board. That's already taken care of. Now, is there more pieces we have to add? 100%. And is this over? No, not a chance. But getting that news right now is huge. You know what I mean? And there is hopefully we pick up a safety, being that we lost Reed. So filling some of those roles, we think we have Jahad Campbell stepping in the Kobe Dean role, so that we've already kind of prepped ourselves for this transition, so to speak. But it doesn't make it any, doesn't pull on the heartstrings any less with some of these players. You know what I mean? Become accustomed to them, become used to them. They're fan favorites, and seeing them go sucks, but it's part of the business.
I mean, the business. Let's talk about the numbers here. Obviously, if you look at actually, if I get to the right piece right here, Reed Blankenship, 3 years, $24.75 million with 16.5 million guaranteed with the Texans. We talked about his market value was around 7. If you look at some of the other numbers that we had posted last week, the Kobe Dean, 3 years, $36 million deal that includes 20 million guaranteed with the Raiders. Obviously, with our linebacker situation, first round pick and Jahad Campbell, you're going to put you paying a Kobe Dean 20 and you're giving him 20 million guaranteed. That's not happening. Obviously, we're very happy for him. But Jalen Phillips, 4-year, $120 million deal with the Carolina Panthers that includes 80 million in guarantees. That's right, I said 80 million in guarantees. Jahan Dotson agreed to terms with the Atlanta Falcons on a 2-year deal worth 15 million. So talking about the market values that we talked about in the prior week, that they all got more money than expected. And that I'll just start with the Kobe Dean first. Dog, not a Georgia dog, and he's just a dog in general. I think I don't think I've been this more happy for a guy to get his money in a while. I just felt like he was going to get it elsewhere, and I'm glad he did not sign with the Cowboys. That is another. There's another notch on the belt for just he's just over. He knew. And Reed Blankenship. I mean, not signing with the Cowboys. Jalen Phillips, I didn't think I thought he was going to price himself out, and here we are. Jahan Dotson, again, happy for him getting paid. But what are you guys' thoughts on some of those numbers?
I honestly am sitting here thinking the market is kind of wild right now. If we're talking about Jalen Phillips coming in as a rotational guy, making $30 million a year, that's we have a huge adjustment we have to really come to grips with as far as what players are valued as, because Howie has been able to do it with a lot of younger talent. We work off of first contracts with players, and that's how we've been able to keep talent in our roster. I think that there's, Howie hasn't gone after a tremendous amount of free agents leading up to Reek Woolen, but we have players in our own house right now that we are thinking about extensions. Jordan Davis obviously just got a job, a new contract. Jalen Carter's, who knows what's going to go on with that. So I don't know. We have a lot of guys in house that we could already resign. I'm interested to see which direction they really go right now. I think it's going to be in this first round. What is going to fall to the Eagles' position at this point? I don't know. I've been saying offensive line all along, but now that I'm sitting here, if you can capitalize on something else, I don't know.
Well, that's just the thing. I mean, I think he's prepping to go ahead and capitalize on something else. I mean, you sit back and you see all that amount of money that you just laid out right there on that sheet, bro. It's just funny to watch because there's just no way we were going to do that. There was just no way we were going to get to that level with these players. I mean, I'm glad just as well as you guys are that they went and got their money somewhere else, but not happening here. The one thing I gotta say, a few years we go back to where we were really upset on the decision making that Howie was making, and then he redeemed himself, and then just like he's been on fire since. And I'm happy to know that our GM knows how to handle the financials a whole lot better than a lot of these other GMs. That right there, I mean, again, shout out to Phillips, but damn, that's crazy money. I mean, 80 guarantee. Like, how did anybody in this fan base think we were going to go ahead and be at that level with that, man? There's just no way. I mean, it was just an ongoing argument yesterday at work with guys just coming up constantly like, yo, come on, man, y'all couldn't give him that money. No, we're not stupid like you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm not going to go ahead and open up the checkbook like that. Don't get me wrong. The man deserves to get paid, but not like that where, you know what I mean, you want to build around the team and not just around one individual. And that's the struggle a lot of these teams are dealing with right now. They're just focusing on too much on just individual players, and that's why they ain't succeeding. You know what I mean? AKA, yeah, I'm talking about you Cowboys. You think with the moves that you made yesterday, like, okay, you know what I mean, happy for you and everything, but you know what I mean, just get ready for another 30-year run because you ain't going nowhere with that. Come on, calm down.
I mean, Phillips with the injury history also, to me, he's had an Achilles. He's had that's when talking about sack production. I know he's would get the pressures. I thought he was great at setting the edge. I mean, he came in and fit in really nicely. But if you think about Howie and the way he works, worst case scenario, you're playing the comp pick game. You get another comp pick for next year, which is also tradable.
Right.
Howie vision. So I think I like that. Yeah.
I think for me, man, I think, yes, the Eagles lost a lot of key players in the free agency, but I think the biggest thing is to see, and to Evan's point, is read the roster where it's minus and they're taking away our players. You got to go edge. You got to look for edge. I think that's probably going to be the biggest thing because you got to build in the trenches and you end up out and you're going out. Safety. There's a good safety class in this draft. I know you got. I don't even want to say his name. I'll say his last name, Bosa. He's out there. Everybody keeps on saying about Chubb, but technically Chubb is still technically on the Dolphins roster. So and if you do sign him, he'll be released. He wouldn't count against the comp pick because how he is for season the future, he looks at the pick formula for the common picks. So I just think, and how will we trust? We just gotta sit back and remember, guys, the season don't start until what, October, September, August. It's like it's
yeah,
March.
but it was. I gotta say, it was still rough. Yesterday was still.
For sure. Like I guess
it was just like ongoing.
Yeah.
And it was just like my head started this way, and then it just started going further and further down. I'm like, come on, man! Like,
and I totally hear you on that because I woke up this morning and I got a few text messages from my family that are Cowboy fans. And they're like, "Oh, what's up with the Eagles? What's up with the Eagles?" And then I turn on Get Up, and it goes, "Oh, the losers in today's free agency, Foxworth, it's the Philadelphia Eagles." I'm like, "Bro, y'all acting like the season starts tomorrow. Like, chill."
I mean, that's the thing I don't understand is like if you're being realistic, come on, man, we can't afford that. And I'm getting texts from my Giants from like, what's going on with Philly? We've been the way that we built this roster. I mean, the one thing, like you see Todd in the comments, very upset about
very upset.
Free Blankenship. I was like, does anybody not remember when we got rid of Brian Dawkins? That is, Hall of Fame. If I got over losing Brian Dawkins, I can get over losing Reed Blankenship. I love Reed Blankenship.
I second that.
It's a great story. Reed Blankenship is a great story, but ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to consider how these players are acquired as well. I was talking about building players up. He was built up from an undrafted free agent, and he became a captain on this team. And there's no saying that can't happen again, but there's also no saying that you can't go and get a safety in the 4th round. That might end up being, a stronger safety in the long run than what Reed is right now, and what his ceiling ends up being. I think Reed is a great player. I think that he's gritty and he fit the city well, the way that he played. But it doesn't mean he's not replaceable, and that goes for a lot of guys on the roster. Unless you are a one-of-one type talent like a Saquon Barkley or a guy that has the perfect QB's mind between the ears, like Jalen Hurts. Like, a lot of positions are replaceable, man. And that's just the nature of the business. You can't fall in love with these players because you got to sustain a roster. I mean, we're all fans of all the Philadelphia teams here. I hate to go back to this analogy, but remember fucking how we kept together the World Series team, bro. The 2008 World Series team. Everybody fell in love with the players, and then for what? For what? Yeah, you end up just slowly falling apart and wishing that you had done things differently.
Just a small reminder, Jalen Carter. Reminder number 2, Quinyon Mitchell. Reminder number 3, Cooper DeJean.
Yep.
All got to get paid.
Yep.
All got to get paid.
Those are your core guys right there. Those are the types of guys that you don't want walking out.
Hey, how we got his work cut out for him.
Yeah.
Bro,
but hear me out. Let me break down a little scenario for that. Jordan Davis last year, 5th-year option. Balled out, Howie paid him. This year, we extend a 5th-year option to Jalen Carter. He balls out this year, we have him covered. You can do the 5th-year option on Quinyon Mitchell. You maybe pay Cooper DeJean the year before. Each year, the salary cap's going to raise. This falls into a sequence where we can hit on everybody, where each guy gets paid every season, just like we did with Jordan Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you doing 5th-year option with my son?
See, I had a feeling that was coming.
Dollars and cents. Comes down to dollars and cents.
Hey, money. Hey, your money is. I don't want your money touching my money. That's.
Yeah, we all trying to go to the Disney World collectively as a family. Don't try to break that up. 5th-year option on Quinyon. Shoot.
Did you see the 5th-year option on Quinyon? Let's not feel
so
too bad for the 23 million that he would get that year. Let's not feel too horrible for the guy.
I do have a question though. I have a question for all you guys. Since Tim did bring up the Jordan Davis, how'd you feel about that deal? Because that deal, if you remember it, I'm sorry, say again.
You're saying Jordan Davis, yeah.
Yeah, how did you feel about that deal?
I liked it. I think it's a good deal. I think that Jordan Davis, I mean, he's a guy that brings stuff to the table that is not common on an NFL roster. The size that he possesses, and now after years of honing his craft, of being able to, he's blossoming right now as a player. And to have a guy that is as talented and as smart in a body that is as large as his and as strong, I think that is not just like a regular defensive tackle that falls off of a tree. I think that's a special product, and I'm glad that they held on to him. I think he's deserving of it.
He absolutely deserved it. I mean, the guy bought his ass off in this past year. And, I'm not mad at the whole 5th-year option that they decided to go ahead and throw on certain players. It's I consider that the year to go ahead and make it or break it year. I mean, everybody's always accustomed to the 3 or 4 years. You throw that 5th year in there to show that, you could go ahead and keep a consistent thing going, as you're playing for this squad, then you're going to get rewarded like how we rewarded Jordan Davis. So for him to throw a 5th-year option at Carter, or like how Tim broke it down, Carter this year, Quinyon next year, maybe take care of one person in front of. I mean, I like the strategy because at the same time, you're getting loyalty from both ends. You're getting loyalty from the player to show that you can go ahead and stay with that aggression, and then you get loyalty from your GM that's going to go ahead and reward you for doing what you're doing. So I think it's a great strategy, and I like it.
Yeah, I was happy with the. Go ahead, Tim.
I was going to say, let's be honest. If you watched a lot of the interviews lately, Jordan Davis is more than just a guy who got shaved and balled out this year. He's been a locker room guy. Even speaking on the offense, he was a positive vibe guy in there when everybody was down and saying things like, I think he's a guy that's going to be a binding point for this defense for these years moving forward. And I think he's a core guy that you can build around. So not only are you paying the contract for the player, you're also paying the contract for the guy in the locker room that can, be the glue guy to hold things together. And from all perspectives, in my opinion, I think he started to stride in that position.
I saw a comment here. I'm just wondering. Sports King 1124 says Blankenship lost a step and a half. Plus, there's a safety in Toledo that will make you forget about Reed. Speaking to the reasoning of, I love Reed, but I we all know each player's, how they take advantage of certain players. It's in space where I would see him get picked on by tight ends and such, and but I do feel from a tackling standpoint, being in the right place at the right time in the run game was amazing. I thought his IQ always showed. He would get picks for being in the right place, right time, right place. But if the Eagles certainly felt a way about Reed. If they didn't, he'd be here. What do you think it is that kept the Eagles from signing Reed back to the team?
Well, I text you.
Sorry. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is I texted you guys last night thinking that it was the years. I don't think that they wanted to go ahead and go with the amount of years that he wanted on the contract. I think that if it was like a 1 or 2 year deal, I think maybe possibly something might have happened, but I don't know. I think it was just the amount of years that he wanted to stay here is what they didn't want to go ahead and commit to.
Todd, it's not that, bro.
Todd is on fire tonight, bro.
I just told you why.
Hot, son.
I just told you why. Obviously, just say the Eagles signed Jaquan Brisker, how would that make you feel, Tim?
I'm all for it. Penn State alumni, you know what I'm saying? A big fan of his. Lays the wood, loves to hit people. So He's definitely the safety that I can see that could be the running partner of Makuba. Makuba could be that free safety where Brisker can be that box safety. So I'm hoping they make that. I mean, I know it's between us and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know that for sure. But
I mean, I like Brisker just because of the things that I was hesitant on what we would lose with Reed Blankenship. We lost somebody who's worked himself into the offense. We worked into a veteran leadership role where a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we can get a safety in the draft." That'd be two young guys at key positions in the back of the defense. To where if you bring in somebody like a Brisker or you bring in somebody who's a vet and has some leadership, I think that would fill that role and make it a little bit easier with the transition.
Now, if you bring in Brisker, well, my sense was if they felt comfortable enough to lose Reed, that means they had a plan in place. They have an idea of someone who's taking that role.
That's exactly my thought.
If you look at the safety position, like Reed gone, Epps is a free agent. It's Andre Stam, Sidney Brown, and Andrew Makuba. That's it.
I mean, Quick question. Would you bring back Marcus Epps? Because I know I would. For a veteran leader presence, I would definitely bring back Marcus Epps.
I mean, if you're just looking at that list, I think that what he's going to provide you as far as consistency versus a guy like Sidney Brown, where Sidney Brown on special teams can possibly bring subtly more value, but too subtle. I mean, I think that Marcus Epps, you're just going to get better snaps out of him. And if you're just trying to keep some sort of continuity as far as, not flipping the entire position, I think that would be the way to go. Keep Epps and dump Sidney.
Mm. Now, what are you guys' thoughts on potentially Jonathan Greenard?
I'm all for this one. This is somebody that, I mean, it seems like the Vikings need to deal with something with his contract because salary cap issues. But there's a lot of stuff going on, man. This is the most weirdest free agency I've ever seen. I mean, the players are basically like, but look at the free agency that like the free agents that are still available right now. Like that's how crazy this is. You got who was it? Jennings. You got look at the wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the wide receiver is just wild right now. You tell me that Romeo Doubs got $20 million a year, bro?
That's wild. That's what I mean. There's guys that are getting overpaid, and I think that a big part of Howie Roseman's strategy is he kind of sits back and sees what the market value is going to end up being for guys, and then you go after positions based off of what the market demands are. So if a Romeo Doubs is going for $20 million in free agency, that means draft a wide receiver. That's what that means.
And
let him cook.
You want to go here? You want to go here? Watch this. So you're telling me that Dallas Goedert's not a top 10 tight end, and 8 of them have been signed? This man's still a free agent. Like it's just weird.
It is crazy.
It's weird.
I'm interested to see how that one ends up playing out. I can't pull the comments up on the screen, but there's a lot of talk about is anybody well versed on the safety from Toledo? It's multiple times been brought up.
We'd have to use our first round pick probably because he wouldn't fall that far in the second.
If he does fall, I mean, some people.
Because I don't think Sadiq's fallen either. I've seen that name in here a few times, and I think that the way tight ends have been kind of.
I think the
production
could go anywhere from the top of the second to the bottom of the first. But again, safeties.
I have a question.
Eagles drafting safeties in the first round.
Toledo. I mean, Quignon will vouch for him.
He wears number 7 for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I think the potential of going safety is out there. Obviously, I do think they got a plan. Like, this is what our situation looked like before. Here we go. We had Adoree Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am Tariq. We got Tariq Woolen, dog. This is an upgrade from the situation. People will talk about Keely. Keely is going to be a special teamer. Keely as a special teamer. It's fine with me.
Let's not undersell this, man. The Seahawks just won the Super Bowl, bro. He was a starting corner on the Super Bowl winning team. This isn't some dud that we ended up getting. I saw what was it, Todd in the very beginning of the show trying to.
Todd is on.
Trying to Byron Max.
We got to talk him down off the ledge. You got to talk him off the ledge.
Wow, Tariq Woolen, that's a stud right there, bro. That's a stud.
All right, so shout out to Cozy. He sent me some stats here from Next Gen Stats on Tariq Woolen. Fewest yards per coverage snap outside cornerbacks in man coverage. You know who's number one? Or number 5. We'll go. You know who's number 5? Patrick Surtain. Number 4 is DJ Turner. Number 3 is Lenore from the 49ers. Number 2, Quinyon Mitchell. And number 1, Tariq Woolen. You know, the Eagles are analytics guys, so obviously they see. I mean, it's not like we all haven't been talking about Tariq Woolen being an option here, and kind of like if you're gonna do a trade for someone, we were hoping maybe at the deadline we get a Tariq Woolen or something, but it's all good.
I can see why Seattle want to hold on to him.
Chris says, "Hey fellas, I like Dylan Thieneman from Oregon. Had a tremendous combine. I'll leave this one for Prime. Any chance the Eagles believe in Sydney?
Hell no.
Tim
Hell
Armstrong.
to them.
No.
F.
No.
Tim Kincaid.
No.
But I mean, this isn't abnormal for Howie. I mean, just because it's a DB position and that's what we were upset with last year. We did this with Mekhi Becton. We've done this with Chris Long. We've done this with guys where either the tail end of their contract or they're just free agency and the 1-year prove it deal. They come over, they ball out for the Eagles, and they do their thing. It's not an uncommon function that we've seen from our GM. I mean, and a lot of the people that names are getting thrown out, these are main names. Like we only have 1 draft pick in the first round. So I'm really curious on which way we attack this draft. But yeah, Mr. Chippendale, Gail's favorite guy, dancing on the bar.
I do have a question for you guys, and it was something that like I seen. It was on the ESPN, and this is please help me out here. So Trey Hendrickson. I think his agents really outpriced of what his valuable is. Like, where are we at? Like, it's weird because
Jalen Phillips just got 30 mil, bro.
I'm saying though, but he's also older. He's also what I think Trey's 31.
Trey's 31.
Way more productive, man.
Understood. All right, so that's one. I'm looking just at pass rushers right now, and then you got Bosa. What do you think on him?
It's got a stank on it.
You don't see like a Chris Long type of thing here?
Feels like more. I can't. I don't know. Can't say what I really.
I think the Bosas feel a certain way about Philadelphia.
They sure do, man. That's why
Philadelphia feels a certain way about.
I mean, bro. I mean, Tim, come on. You can step out of the room and go ask your wife. How do you feel about the Bosa?
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking this because this is my question.
They got more money than all of us. Remember that was it.
That is fact.
He got more money in his pockets than you know.
It's a Wakanda forever for me. Okay.
Shout out.
As if his brother don't like that movie, I don't think he likes that movie. Okay.
Understood. But my question is this though, and so this is my question. Right now, if you're Howie Roseman, what are you attacking? Are you attacking the edge, or are you just saying, "Hey, we're gonna go through the draft"? Because I feel like that's the biggest need. Because we only have young bulls now. We got Nolan. The baseball player, Ramirez, and then we got and then
Jose Ramirez.
Well, sorry, Jose Ramirez. So no disrespect. And then we got our young bull. I'm drawing a blank right now. Our other pass rush. Who's our other pass rush right now? That's on
Hunt.
Jalen Hunt. That's it. So where do you go from here? That's my question.
Well, I have a real hypothetical to that. A couple of years ago, Howie, right before the draft, gave up some capital, which we have, and brought in A.J. Brown. If we feel that we're set on offense right now, who's to say he doesn't pursue that the same way coming from the defensive side of the ball? I mean, I didn't get a chance to look, and I didn't get a chance to do homework, but I'm going to. I'm looking for guys that either last year of their rookie deal, guys who are last year of their prominent deal that might be willing to catch a trade, maybe extend, something like that. Like that would be a decent value. Like we've already done it on offense. Who's to say we don't switch gears and give it a shot on defense?
Gail, let me know. What do you think, man?
What was your question again?
Yeah.
Where do you go from here? From edge rush?
Oh, edge.
Help.
Obviously, you also have to think about the comp pick formula too. Like
Right.
them, there's a guy named he was former teammates with Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb. I mean, he's a guy who, I feel like once he gets released, I think if they can fit him in, and if he has a great relationship, we also think about Fangio. That's another guy who's played in the system. Obviously, he's 30. I know Hendrickson is out there, but again, if you're signing a free agent, that's a big price ticket. Then you look at a Greenard, then you're like, okay. If they're looking at the comp pick formula, then that's where I think they might. It's not a sexy pick, but I think he was down in production last season due to injury, so it's really clearly up Greenard. It's clearly upside that they're looking for, and that's why his team would be possibly trying to move him. But you think a day three, a third round pick
for
Greenard?
I would definitely send a third round pick. Did he have 8 sacks last year?
That's a steal. Why wouldn't that? Yeah. What's wrong with that? A third.
I'm just saying, like, what's the options? Like, what? Like, if you're the GM of the Philadelphia Eagles, where are you going from here?
Hear me out. I got because let's look at how they addressed it last year. We threw in a Uche and Aziz Ojulari, and we kicked some tires, right? What about if you do a little tire kick on one and you draft another in a early day 3, something like that? Like, what about if we reunite with a man that maybe has a newfound thought on life in Derek Barnett? You know what I mean? What would you take back a Derek Barnett in the nest, Mr. Can't Get
It's
Right?
always
He
him.
played pretty well. Played pretty well in Houston, bro. Like if I'm comparing what I think Derek Barnett can give me next year versus what Aziz Ojulari gave me last year, I actually think I can get a little bit more out of him than Aziz.
That's a hard question. I don't know if I can answer that one. Always him.
I mean, hey, but
when we're talking about like $4.5 million,
last man on the depth chart in that group.
Yeah, $4.5 million. I'm definitely going to sign.
$4.5 million. That's what it'll cost you.
Do you believe BG will come back? I believe he'll come back.
I think he's definitely got some in the tank, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think he knows that the window's still open.
Yeah, we could ride this thing out just to see what they decide to go ahead and do with him. I mean, it could just be a nice, simple 1-year deal. You know what I mean? Keep this thing consistent, and yeah, I don't see why they don't want to bring him back.
And I'm also open to drafting edge too. So there's a lot of potential players that we could draft as well. So I mean, obviously going to get someone here young. Look at the trenches. Offensive line is not the sexy pick, but I always say protection is sexy. Okay, so lineman, to me, that would make the most sense if you're trying to play the future of the offensive line, and then give them, if you have a guy that could fill in it and potentially play inside at guard and play next to a legendary Lane Johnson and learn the terms and speak the language, being next to a Hall of Famer. I think that would be key for a young offensive lineman. That would be great. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited right now. I'm like that move today was at least a step in the right direction. Except, I mean, only person that hates it right now is Todd.
Well, on a somber note, tonight is the last night when we get hit with a 20 million hit on Dallas Goedert.
Mm-hmm.
With the official league starting today, his contract will be void. Do you think we see anything happen with Dallas Goedert today, or do you think his time as an Eagle has come to a close?
I mean, the fact that 8 tight ends went off the board already, likely was a guy a lot of people were talking about. Giants targeted him. I think there's a good chance Goddard comes back. I'm hoping. I remember last year, right before the draft, there was all signs pointing him being moved on from. And then we were watching the draft at the Eagles stadium, and Dave Spadaro. I was talking to Dave Spadaro, and he's like, "Goddard's coming back. He's getting signed today." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, he said that one was Lurie. Lurie put his foot down and said, "I want Goddard back," and it happened. So if they feel like he wants to go out an Eagle, and maybe they can come to a cheaper deal that works for us, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I mean, if he's when you're looking at what kind of numbers are being spent, Dallas Goedert back anywhere from under in or around 10 million would be great.
Sports King asked, "What's the chances of drafting the tight end of Oregon?" I'd say
slim to none.
Keith Jackson last time we drafted the tight end. Long time. It's a long time. Even
Cozy said 30%. That's a big percentage. I'd say it's closer to 5%. We'd have to move so much capital to move up to get him. We wouldn't have any other picks. Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying I would hate it, because it'd be like, oh, another weapon for Goddard or whatever. Like, I mean, for Hurts. But protection is sexy. Even Dallas Goedert, we had moved back and drafted. We drafted Goddard when we moved back. So think about that. Todd is still upset. He's saying Byron Maxwell 2.0.
Yeah. Hey, at least he got a lineup. He got a lineup with dreads.
Relax. Damn. Big Perk says 1988 is the year the last time the Eagles drafted a tight end in the first round. So you tell me.
Jalen Ramsey.
I mean, we did draft a linebacker who broke that streak, but any other? I mean, another player that a lot of people have been talking about is Mr. Njoku. Njoku. I don't know if you guys saw Milli Vanilli, but not since Milli Vanilli have we had a player with such. Come on now. No? Milli Vanilli dreads? No?
Come on, bro.
Market value, 2 years, 19 million. Average salary, 9.9 mil. Also, attended the U, so I think Prime officially is on board.
I'm definitely on board. I mean, but going back to the Dallas Goedert, I think, I see this thing riding out where they are looking to see again what's the value, and then maybe go ahead and work something out at a more reasonable price to bring him back, under a 1-year contract. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the man's turning 31. I mean, remember, we were all surprised when we found out his age. None of us were really paying attention to that, and then here Father Time is with him right now in the football league. Like, it's it's not a serious number to be going into a season with, but that's where he is. And then he's known for his injuries and all that stuff. Had a great season last year, broke records, but can we really depend on him being consistent with that? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, so if they play all that into a factor, there's a possibility they could go ahead and work something out with him, and then hell yeah, go get Njoku. Like shit, I'm down with that all day. But having both of them on the squad too, tight end, why not? I mean, I think that'll work out perfectly, and then you can still go ahead and draft a decent tight end in the later rounds of this draft because it is a lot of tight ends that are out there.
Can I tell you my my line in the sand? If you go pay Taysom Hill, I'm done. I'm so out.
Why would you even throw that into existence?
Where did Taysom Hill come from?
I'm looking at a list of free agent tight ends.
He Googled free agent tight ends. He's up there.
$10 million.
Watch that shit. Oh, yeah, that'd be crazy. That shit happens. This man comes in here, plays his ass off, and then we got the number one hater becoming his number one fan. Like, yeah,
get out of here. Never.
But think of everything he could do. He's just a Swiss Army knife.
Bro, that 1 year where he went off, bro, he was on my fantasy. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
I was killing.
We ever have a one-on-one with him, Evan, but let him know, like, you can't cook cheesesteaks.
Going back to Njoku last season, 2025, week 18, week 17, week 16, 15, he was dealing with and actually week 7, actually week 8 as well, dealt with a nagging knee problem. So just a couple games.
Anybody who plays for Cleveland has a nagging problem, bro.
Hey, listen, the year before that, he set himself on fire. You know that, right?
Remember when he was wearing the mask? He was wearing the mask.
He was wearing the mask. He set himself on fire like a year before. Crazy.
I don't need all that.
He's a wild character.
He is a wild character, you know. I'm giving y'all a heads up right now. We signed him. We getting a little bit of wildness.
The Dennis Rodman.
Mark Berg with a fun fact: Milli Vanilli won a Grammy. Show some respect.
Girl, you know it's true.
Dunebug. Shout out to Dunebug. I mean, we were out in AZ. He was in the heat a long time. He said, "Hey, yo, Luck, watch your mouth about Cleveland, pal."
Oh yeah, he got so much love in Cleveland now. Now he turned into a Cleveland guy. This guy.
This whole tight end shift, Johnny Wilson for tight end. These talks have been happening since the Senior Bowl.
It's just like the JJ Arcega-Whiteside, same conversation. Just go get a tight end.
Matthews with tight end. He shifted. He changed. Who else went from wide receiver to tight end? Did from FSU, got drafted by the Panthers. Little heavier set.
Yeah, I Panthers came to my mind, but I can't think of his name. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, dreads.
Calvin Benjamin.
Wow. Calvin Benjamin. Kelvin Benjamin.
Bro, he went to the Bills and gained all that weight from them chicken wings. It turned into a tight end.
Who could remember the quarterback to wide receiver transition?
Quarterback, tight end from Buffalo.
Quarterback to wide receiver.
Would that be Lane Johnson?
Cleveland.
Lane Johnson did it in JUCO.
Quarterback to wide receiver.
Julian. I don't know.
What's the name from Ohio State?
Terrell Pryor.
Bro, remember everybody wanted Terrell Pryor and the Eagles? They was signing him for like 21 mil. It was wild. I was like, nah, I'm good. After I heard what he was doing in college, he was making money off tattoos. I said, I'm good. I don't want him.
Shout out to Mark. He's looking at Sadiq. He says Sadiq is a nightmare to combat in the passing game. He gets in and out of breaks extremely well. Ran away from defense. I watched a lot of Oregon. One of the teams that I watched. Shout out to Mark. He got me on the Oregon Birds. I said Oregon Ducks trail. Yeah, he's talented. He's athletic. He's all of that. I just don't think we're gonna draft him.
I mean, honestly, I don't think there's a person on this panel that would say no to Sadiq if he fell to us. But would anybody want to give up things to move up to get him? Is the question.
I
would.
It's just a fear to fall to you.
Now, Todd brings up a point here. His first comment that he hasn't been salty tonight, but he said, "What are the chances?" Just kidding, Todd. What are the chances the Giants would trade us Kayvon Thibodeau? Thoughts?
You're not trading the defense.
They're still upset that we traded above them to get Devontae. They're not giving us a quality edge rusher and Thibodeau.
You're out. Now, it was funny because I was looking at some of the potential pieces that they were trying to push at us, and this one gets directed back at Todd. Would you rather had Trayvon Diggs or Marshawn Lattimore?
No.
Can I just say no? Or it's not one or the other, right? Can we just say no?
It's a no.
Potential. Here's another guy. Obviously, big fan of his from the Senior Bowl. Calvin Austin as a wide receiver 3, 5'9", 162, but lightning quick. He can also play special teams. Anyone?
If the number was right, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Speed kills.
Will Dissly as your blocking tight end. Charger.
You know he's going to block. I mean, he's solid.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm just wondering who the safety is at this point in time right now. I'm wondering who the safety is and where they go from here. Doonbug says Cleveland, Njoku for Dooney, straight up. Okay,
you want to live in Cleveland, Dooney?
I trade Dooney for a pack of Marlboros. A lot of people were talking about Ward. I know Big Perk was talking about Ward from Cleveland as a possibility, but you would have had to, you probably would have had to sign him. He was under contract for 2 more years. I mean, you just have to think 1-year deal because after this year, it's a wrap.
What about Cisco?
Who?
Andre Cisco from the Jets.
You want Andre Cisco?
I'm just saying price wise for 8.5. If he were to, I mean, that's what his current value is sitting at. I think that it's some solid depth. I think you also go and probably get a guy in either day 2 or day 3, but we need some depth at that position right now. I mean, as of right now, Sidney Brown's going to be getting 40% of these snaps, so you need to get something.
Kevin Byard's out there as well at safety.
I don't think he
wants to come back, and I just don't think he was the right. Like, I think he did well. Obviously, after he left, he just wasn't. He didn't fit in this.
He was playing under Desai though.
That's very true. I have one for you. You ready for this one?
Go ahead.
You ready? Hassan Reddick.
Yep. I was looking at Prime. Look at Prime. What's
the price tag on that?
All right.
You gonna say no to a Camden legend?
I'm not going to say no, and I kept this jersey for a reason.
You're in.
Okay.
You're in.
All right.
You're in.
Okay.
I'm in.
So Hassan Reddick for, I mean that man right there doesn't work for less than 15 mil. So I have to say 15 mil.
I don't know. I mean, at these days, I think he's gonna go ahead and take what he could get.
He's already made that mistake once.
Yeah. I think reality don't kick in.
Now,
sure.
Now, Jason,
there were some people in the comments, and okay, CJGJ.
No,
Did you see what he tweeted out today?
I don't want to hear. I don't know your
projection saying 2 mil.
Did you see what he tweeted out today?
Yeah, the 38 million.
No,
anything?
I didn't.
So what? What did you say?
He had 38 million in his bank account.
Yeah, the 38 million in his bank, and then he said something. They said somebody said, "Yeah, man, you need to come back to Philly." He's like, "Nah, they're gonna go sign somebody else because I'm the side piece." He basically told them, "I'll come back to Philadelphia, but I'm the side piece."
He was good
Is
at
that
it.
a bad thing? Is that a bad thing?
He was
Like,
he was good at it.
No, it's just funny that because he knows what he's talking about, what we see. You know what I'm saying? Because Jordan Matthews was like that a couple years ago.
He's self-aware, man. He's
Yeah,
self-aware of the situation.
Yeah, he's just here in the streets.
Good way to put it, Evan. Good way to put it. He is self-aware, and I think he would tighten his ass up just to become the side again.
Pause.
So cut it out. You know what I mean? Let's cut it out.
Shout out to my boy Omar. He just texted me, my Giant fan.
From Baltimore?
He's a Giant fan. He said thanks for the love on the pod today.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you watching, my guy. Yeah, this thing with if the Eagles brought in Trey Hendrickson, I think that would be like going to the mall and just spending all your money just frivolously.
Can you guys remind me?
I would like it,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying
I'm out. I'm out. I'm
Well,
out. I'm out on Hutchinson, man. But okay, because I'm thinking of that one guy that we were. What was that one guy that ended up going to Washington and we grabbed him? I can't think of him.
Oh, Kerrigan.
Was it Kerrigan?
Ryan
Robert
Kerrigan.
Kerrigan. Yeah,
Ryan Kerrigan. Okay, Ryan Kerrigan. We because I remember when we got the news about signing him, I was like, okay, and that guy was just so washed up by the time he got to us, and that's how I'm feeling about Hendrickson right now. You know what I mean?
Well, Kerrigan had a back too. He had a back injury.
I don't recall. I don't recall. Just
he was out.
Kerrigan had an everything injury by the time he got to us. Like,
Yeah, bro,
he was on his last leg.
Yeah, he was on sticks
I'm
and
good.
glue and duct tape.
So
I'm good. I'm good on that.
He had a significant hip pelvis, resulting in a core muscle surgery in December after playing only 7 games. He missed 10 games, was placed on injury reserve, and dealt with a lingering re-aggravated injury. I mean, he had 3 straight Pro Bowls prior to that, so
well, that may be the reason why he's so great.
I mean, he had a lower back. He suffered a back injury in the Cincinnati Bengals game against the Green Bay Packers. Was ruled out of that game. Missed Week 7 matchup against the Steelers. He had a fractured wrist back in 2022, cervical neck stinger 2022, had cranial concussion. So he went a long time without having really any. He had a ankle sprain in 2017. Missed 3 games then. So it's just as recent. Missed 9 games last year. Missed 9 games. With the hip sprain, 1 game with the back injury, and then missed 1 game in 2022. So if 2025 is just a one-time a year thing, I don't know. But I'm not a doctor.
I'm gonna go with
Evan's doctor.
Huh? I'm out on that one. I'm gonna go with Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb played on a sorry team last year, but he played every game last year. And I know he has injuries as well. He's 30 years old, but I'm going to go with Bradley Chubb. I don't think he'll be cheaper.
Did Fangio have anything to do with? Did Fangio have anything to do with the Bradley Chubb draft pick? I'm pretty sure he was there, right? Was he there?
Sure. No, draft pick. No, he got drafted by the Broncos, and then he was traded. Yeah,
that's right. Oh, but okay.
If I'm looking right now, what's your guys' thoughts on? I mean, this guy's bounced around the league. But had his most productive year last year with New England, and I'm going to butcher his name, Clavon Chason.
Yep,
Chason.
I mean, he had 8 sacks last year. He's only 26 years old, and looks like he'll cost you roughly $8.5 million per year. But he's had 2 prove it deals. He had 5 sacks with Las Vegas, and then 8 with New England. 26 years old. I think that's some good value for, I think, a rising player that is continuing to get better year after year. You plug him in to Fangio's line here. I think you can do well.
Yeah,
What
we'll
say
see.
you guys?
I'm wondering from how much his cost is. You know what is on Spot Track? What is
His market value right now is at 8.5 per year.
Okay, 8.5. I mean, it's not too expensive for the comp pick formula. I mean, if you're trying to add a guy in the rotation, like if you look at what the Eagles did last season, the way they were like, they literally picked up 3 guys that were like 1.5, 1 mil to 1.5, just like throwing things at the wall to see if it would stick. I think what's his name's out there too, from last season. Your boy. Say sorry. Joshua Uche is still out there.
Yeah.
Of
I like Uche.
of that group, I'm not of the guys that they brought in.
No one
Uche's
wowed
group.
me on that group. Other than, I mean, Phillips obviously, but
Uche is like
Jose-
a signing in like May or April.
Yeah.
1 year deal. You know what I mean?
But looking at some of our draft picks before we get out of here, the Eagles currently have 9 draft picks in the NFL draft. They were ordered 4 comp picks. I just say comp
Got
picks.
it.
But they are tied for the most of any team by the NFL. We currently have the number 23 overall pick in the first round. Second round, we have the 54th overall. Third round from the Jets. Thank you. Number 68 overall. Thank you, Hassan Reddick. We also have another third round pick, a comp pick, number 98 overall. Fourth round pick, number 122 overall. The fourth round pick, comp, number 137. We also have, let's see, we have the 5th round pick from the Falcons, number 153. That was via trade. We also have a comp pick in the 5th round, number 178. And how about that? The Eagles got another comp pick. It was looking at like 2 5s were our last picks. Now we have a 6th round pick, number 215th overall. So we're in a good spot. Do you guys think this is a dumb question because I'm just asking it? Do you think Howie keeps all those draft picks or he trades them? Some of those.
Definitely trade.
It's all going to be moved around. That's the Howie way. It's gonna be trade city come draft time.
Big fish, little boat.
Death taxes and moving trades. That's Howie.
What do you want so badly at 16 that you're moving up?
Yeah,
for?
big fish, little boat. Already offering a trade. 23 and 68 can get us to 16.
He just likes looking at numbers.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, I do think he's going to trade up. If his guy's there, I think he's going to trade up. I just don't know who that guy is. Not yet. I'm not as confident as the Quignon here about who's going to draft. Still trying to figure out. I do believe Trenches has to be. Another guy a lot of people talk about, Becton. Where are we at on Becton collectively? Everyone's. Do you think it's a different scheme? Should it have a different reason for bringing back Becton, or do you think
I'd be down to bring back Becton? I'm interested to see what his number would be, though.
Is this Eagles signed Johnny Munt?
Yeah,
I'm looking. I don't see anything.
I don't see nothing.
31 years old. I mean, what's the purpose of that? The guy's
she's a blocking tight end.
Let's see.
I'm looking for Mike Garofolo was supposed to be reported.
Shout out to Reek Woolen. He's already tweeting out there. He is
Go Birds.
Birds.
All right, Mike Garofolo. The Eagles have agreed to terms on a 1-year deal with veteran tight end Johnny Munt. Sources say the proven blocker heads to Philly after being released by the Jags. This is Garofolo.
I'm seeing it.
Munt. So we've talked a lot about tight ends who our roster that can't block. We've been talking about that. Evan's son, Dallas Goedert, we're both very almost close to last in blocking grades on PFF. So here we go. We got a blocking tight end, Johnny Munt.
Yeah, but I listen, man. I hate. If I could be real, I'm not a big fan of a one-dimensional tight end. I totally get that we've been lacking a blocking tight end in recent years, but this is just a blocking tight end is just showing your hand to the defense.
Is it?
Yeah,
I could block. I
Well, I
could block.
mean,
I could block.
Yeah, I got it. Put me in, coach.
I agree with Evan. I agree with Evan. I could block.
yeah.
we cried about how bad the blocking was like from the tight end position. It was bad. So it's a step in the right direction.
It could be with me too.
I mean,
Indeed, I
all we
had to
got
look it up for my. Go ahead.
with Dallas leaving, if that ends up happening, he ends up getting a deal. Then what? We're sitting here with Munt at the top of the roster right now. You feel good?
Hey,
Yeah, we got a blocker.
We got a blocker.
Hey, we need a tight end that can block. To be honest, we also have a pretty deep tight end draft class. So again,
Yeah,
we
for
get
sure.
the draft, sign Goddard back, and we're good.
Draft is a gamble, though, man. Draft
I
is a
would
gamble.
definitely resign Goddard at this point because that way you save money as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's got to be by tonight, though.
yeah, it has to be. I would definitely get that.
Unless
done.
you let him test the free agent waters, right?
I
And he
think
could come back.
I think they already offered him a contract because it's got to be by midnight tonight with the start of the new season tomorrow.
But I'm saying hypothetically, if he doesn't like the deals that he's getting elsewhere,
yeah.
he could come back, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think if I was to give a guess, I think they already said, hey, this is what we're going to offer you. Go look around. And
Yeah,
he's been looking. And if it's not there, then he's going to be back. But for my own sanity, I had to look it up. You are right, Kincaid. He wasn't drafted. Bradley Chubb was not drafted by Fangio, but out of his 7 years, Bradley Chubb has spent 4 of those with Vic Fangio. 3 in Denver and 1 in 23 when Fangio was the DC for Miami.
Right.
So there is some familiarity there.
Mm-hmm. Tim,
Mark,
we got another deal.
Mark says, I would love to have back-to-back month 9 receptions for 111 yards last season. Again, we're talking about blocking. But this is a new scheme too, man. So if they're looking for a potential tight end here, they're looking for a specific role. Okay.
Could give you a look at a 12 personnel. Give you a different look at a 12 personnel.
There are a lot of 12 personnels with Mannion. So it'll be interesting. Dub G 3656. I'm pushing a narrative that we take Emmanuel McNeil Warren from Toledo in the draft. Okay.
That'll be dope.
I gotta still watch more of him, but I mean he's getting a lot of love. He's definitely
I like
getting
the
a lot of
Quignon connection.
love. I think I'm not sure if they were roommates or not. That was the other safety that we
Sounds like your child support is going to go up.
you can only have one kid in Toledo, man. Okay.
Yeah, my dad.
But shout out to everybody in the comments. Appreciate you guys sticking around in the insight. Todd, we're gonna pray for some therapy for you. Make sure you talk to me. You got my number. We went through the whole podcast without talking about the number one thing we talked about in free agency, AJ Brown. Before we get out of here, AJ Brown.
What is there to talk about?
Patriots signed Romeo Dobbs. I know a couple beats were saying, "You think that's going to stop?" The Patriots been trying for AJ
I still
Brown.
see it happening. No,
What say you?
I don't think he goes to the Patriots at this point. But I think that I think AJ sticks around. I think that he was really unhappy here under the Patullo regime. I think he sees that the grass is going to be greener with Mannion. At least that's he's been sold that at this point. I just think that financially, everyone's smart enough here that it just makes the most sense for him to stick around rather than eat some dead contract.
Todd says I'm good, but wife just broke me down. Reed's wife just did a post on social that broke him down a little bit. Tim, you were saying?
No, I was just going to basically say what Evan's saying is I don't think he's going anywhere. And if he does go somewhere, it'll probably be like June 1st. Because that 20 to 28, 29 million goes all the way down to like 16 million. And then with Sean Mannion here, and that was the first thing that he showed, Howie and Jeffrey, what he's going to do, how he's going to use AJ. And I think they're like, we're not trading. They're listening, but they're not trading.
No, I completely agree with Kincaid. If he goes anywhere, it'll be a disgruntled receiver halfway through the year before the trade deadline. That's Kincaid, I think, hit the nail right on the head. I think if the season doesn't go as we have planned, that could be a trade deadline conversation.
Especially when we're already going to be eating $20 million in dead cap from Dallas Goedert tonight, if that goes through. So we're already piling that money on.
Dallas Goedert. I'll be back in his old uniform in the morning. New deal. Speaking in existence. He says, do y'all think the 9 picks in the draft we could trade up for a tight end? I think trade up. I think
Trade
stay
up
where you
now.
put.
Yeah.
They put get yourself another tight end. There's some blocking tight ends in there too. That could or Michael Mayer.
Sign me up.
I don't know what. Again, doesn't go against the comp formula if you're doing a trade.
Sign me up. I mean, you're already in rebuild mode, Raiders. Just get rid of them. Like, you're already in rebuild mode.
D Brave 843 says AJ Brown if he's still here needs to eat some cap and crunch and be happy to be on a winning team. How about crunch berries, dog? Just saying. But before we get out of here, I want to give a big shout out to you guys. We also like to do our say it with your chest. It could be anything about football. It could be anything off the field. It could be anything about anything. But time is yours. Who's up first? Say it with your chest.
I'll go. Since nobody's jumping at the bit, I just got to. I'm going to stand my ground. I want to hold that. But I'm a big believer. I love the winter. I love the cold. I love everything that goes on during those seasons. It's football, my favorite sport. I'm a big snowboarder. Enjoy all that. This has been a brutal winter, dude. And today was lovely. So I'm just happy. I'm happy for the good weather around the corner, man. Today was freaking awesome. More open windows. That's all I got to say.
Say it with your chest. Anyone?
I legit was going to say the same thing with Evan did. It was exciting to see the kids get. Can I wear shorts tomorrow to school? It's like, hell yeah, you can. Yeah. It's going to be 78 degrees. It was pumped up household. So, yeah, this weather was brutal. Everybody's had some seasonal depression. So it's nice to get out of that. It's nice to get some sunshine and some warm weather. I agree 110%.
Before we go for one more say it with your chest. Breaking news. Not breaking, but this is from Fowler and Schefter. This is from ESPN. Fowler on AJ Brown. My sense this morning was that the Pats, had sort of cooled on AJ Brown, or at least there wasn't any steam for the deal becoming imminent. I'm not so sure they're going to allocate the resources to get AJ Brown after the Dub signing, and they were considered one of the top contenders for Brown. Sense right now is there's nothing imminent. Now, Schefter, shout out to Tim Perkins for sending this, by the way. Schefter says there really were a couple of windows last week where if a trade is going to happen, it would have happened then. That doesn't mean a trade couldn't come up, but I think there's no urgency. And as Jeremy said, the steam is out right now. How about that?
as was predicted. I mean, that just to me just means that Howie Roseman did his due diligence. He listened to the phone calls. He wasn't going to bite on something that wasn't worth it. And listen, what I heard his valuation at a first, a second, and a player. Listen, I would have bet on that. I would have bet on him first, second, and a player. But that's not what was offered to him. So he held his ground. He didn't settle, and we've got a top 5 wide receiver on our team still. Kumbaya.
There we go. He says, "Say with your chest, I will not buy a jersey because I can't stand the ugly, generic-looking Eagles watermark on the chest." Okay.
That's your say with your chest. I got you.
What about you,
I
Brian?
said, oh my God, good, bro.
I don't really got to say it with my chest, man. I'm just keeping an open mind. Being straight up, keeping an open mind about the whole AJ thing. So until the season starts, it's open mind for me, man. My mind's just prepped for whatever happens.
Translation problems like if he dies, he dies.
He dies.
What about you?
I'm probably gonna start a little controversy. But, I don't feel like organizations need it.
Don't feel like what?
Organizations, sports organizations, franchises should retire them.
Retire a number?
Yeah, I don't think they should. Because as a Philadelphia Eagle, there's no more damn number. There's just no more number. You can't wear 5, can't wear 12, can't wear 15. 15 respect. You know what I mean? All respects to the legends up there, the Raptors. But I think it's corny to be honest with you, because nobody can rock a number, man. Thank you, Cozy.
Okay. Cozy seconds that. My say with your chest is shout to True Fan Travel. I was out there doing a little baseball thing. Very, very kind of like drummed up my love for baseball again. Cleveland Guardians are now my American team. Just saying that. I'm just being honest. Had a good time. Reese Hawks.
You had a good time with me? Did you have a good time with me?
Oh, and I hung out with Tim.
Because that way.
I hung out with Tim Kincaid.
Because that way is the poor folks.
He's like, bro, we were driving in his car and the resort we were staying at, like it just seemed like one side of that area in Phoenix had a lot of money. The other side was just, I was like,
the other side.
You were on the borderline. You were on the borderline.
Well, I was just asking Tim. I was like,
nah.
Is that where? I don't know what I said. I just said something.
He pointed like this. You know when somebody points like this, they're so boozy. Is that over there? Over there.
I just said, like I said, is that where? I said, bro, it looked crazy. Anyway,
does everybody have good credit over there?
Everybody got good credit on the right side. Everybody got good credit on that one. Hey, guess who's coming back? Your son. He got a new deal. Congratulations to Calcaterra, man. Jeremy Flowers.
What?
Yeah. Wow. So, what the hell does that mean for?
Good God, are you serious?
He's Evanson
hating on my son. You're gonna praise my son by the end of his contract.
We went with no tight ends to 2 just tonight while we were sitting here.
Let's see if a third one happens.
Jeez, Louise, what does that mean?
How much was the deal?
It hasn't been announced yet.
It hasn't been announced.
It can't be more than what, $2 million?
So 1 year. It's a 1 year deal.
So that means
Dallas is coming back.
Means Dallas is coming back. We're not drafting another tight end. And I went down. We went down to Senior Bowl again for the second straight year and looked at tight ends specifically, and we're not going to draft a tight end.
I hope you looked at offensive tackles.
Is that what we're doing, Howie?
Got to look at some offensive linemen too.
Bro, you better draft a tight end. You think Dallas is coming back, Brian?
Yeah, I think Dallas is coming back.
Or we're just bringing back the whole. Oh,
I think they are. I think they are, but I mean, I still think that they draft one in the later rounds. You got to start work. You got to start working on the future in that position.
Cozy says disgusting. Kind of pissed now.
I ain't gonna lie. The Calcaterra. Not sorry, Evan. Not to hate on your son, but that's a little wild.
It's all over dramatic right now. Go ahead, get it out. Get it out. I know you guys got to get it out of your system. This is manufactured hate.
Manufactured is wild.
Evan fought for custody. His kid's thing.
Somebody done bumped their head with that one.
Currently, this is a surprising move for me. Not that Grant Calcaterra, nice guy. I think he's played his role really well. I just think at what point are we? He comes at a cheap price, I guess.
No system.
John from Top Rope.
Jennings.
That's you. Greetings, salutations, Jennings Dunker. We're on that plane. We're on that plane. The Calcaterra love. Yeah, but your son is getting blown up in the chat right now.
I know. He's got to show off another one-handed catch, reel it back in, bro.
Calcaterra on the Groupon. That's wild.
Damn. Yeah, you ever do him like that, huh?
Man.
Timu Dallas Goddard.
Oh man.
It was a buy one get one free type joint.
Hey, the news is coming, man. I think by the end of tonight,
Give him back.
we should have another sign. We've had 2 today already. No, 3. 3 today.
Yeah, 3 signings, 2 tight ends and a BB.
Whoa!
Holy
Max Crosby backed out of the Ravens trade, dog.
What?
Adam Schefter tweeted. The Baltimore Ravens have backed out.
I thought it was already done.
Max Crosby.
The
We
Raiders
will have
said
no
no.
further comment at this time, dog.
Oh shit.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Shit.
Yo, we having breaking news, dog.
That ain't Eagles, but damn, that's breaking. Wow.
Max Crosby went, wow, the Raiders are doing big things. Do I really want to leave?
Max said, no, I don't want to go there. Damn.
Bro, that's
This is like T.O. all over again.
Frank Gore.
Yo, do you know why that could be a real legit reason? That means Lamar Jackson hasn't come to an agreement because he's a $75 million cap hit this year. By them picking him up, that took them to negative 20. So Lamar is not budging or extending. That would be an assumption. But
I told you, man. He's all about himself. He's about himself, bro.
This is a wild turn of events. What does that mean? What does that mean?
It means he's back on the market.
What does that mean?
It means he's back to the Raiders.
He's back to the Raiders, though. But
I just hope the Cowboys got to get involved, bro.
I hope the Raiders didn't spend any of that money yesterday. He had already freed up. Well, that's
right.
They were buyers yesterday, man.
They were definitely buyers yesterday.
do you guys agree? Shout out to Philly Frank. He says Crosby going to the Cowboys. You think?
Yeah.
I mean, with the money, I don't know, with the money that was a little bit spent yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. They spent a lot of money.
I don't know. With the money that was spent yesterday, based off of Crosby already making that move,
they made
looks
it
like he got them.
for
Looks
an
like he
edge
got
as
them on.
well.
Yeah.
Hey,
it
who
looked
did,
like he got
who did
them
the
on.
Cowboys trade for from the Green Bay?
Gray, or
Sean
Bro,
Gary,
did you see
Rashawn
his
Gary.
cap hit? You see his cap hit?
yeah.
27 mil.
The next year, 31? Damn.
Uh-huh.
They're going to have to make something work.
Looks like movers are coming in at this time.
Ooh, buckle up.
Let's see what we go. Hey, let's just see what we're gonna wake up to. That's all.
Interesting.
Oh,
We have
things got really
podcast at 7 o'clock. Brian, wake up! I gotta work.
Hey, Kadavia Street went to the Bears. The Eagles didn't give him a fair chance, man.
Oh, Catavia Street.
Yeah, they didn't give him a fair chance at all. He was buried in that roster.
Didn't make any noise, bro.
This is weird. I want to know why he backed out.
This whole free agency is weird. Like, this has been weird.
Somebody said I forget what beat reporter was talking about today. Like, players have a right to back out of these trades, or teams have. It's not official. And I'm like, who's backing out of there? I'm like, and this is all right. Okay, so
The greatest player that ever played for the Philadelphia Eagles backed out. What are you talking about?
Man, I ain't
You,
gonna lie.
are you talking about Frank Gore?
How'd you guys feel when
Frank Gore?
that happened?
You're talking
The
about Frank Gore?
the all-time Eagle, bro.
Hey, so when that happened, right? That's my wife is a Niner fan. So when that happened, I didn't
teasing
notice her all day. I was teasing her all day. I was like, Frank Gore's my husband. And then
Crosby
like
gave Philly
an hour later, yeah, he's not going. He's going outside.
I don't know what this means, but I know what Bud Light means to us. Shout out to Bud Light for holding down the tailgate all these years. We appreciate you guys for giving us your generosity. Shout out to Bud Light. Also, shout out to Red Bull for giving the tailgate wings. Shout out to Cifelli's Pizza for giving Evan Hollywood Hearn the wings beneath his cheesesteak wings. Also, shout out to Crooked T, Brandon Graham, not only a player or a former player, or might be a player, but also a sponsor. Shout out to Cifelli's Pizza. I mean, not Cifelli's Pizza. Sorry, Franchello's. Kind of missing their pizza. I had some pizza out in Arizona. Pretty tasty, but not as tasty as Franchello's. Also, shout out to Lowski Entertainment, not only a reverend, but a DJ. This guy taking the people to church every Sunday. And also, shout out to Evan Hollywood Hearn for being a cheesesteak aficionado.
Shout out to y'all.
Do you, Ev, when you're in the off season, do you like just go out in the back and like practice, have players practice swing?
I do make cheesesteaks every now and then. It's pretty nice to make it on a smaller scale on every now and then. And I only have to make like 4 or 5 sandwiches. It's not bad.
T Perk throwing out a trade. Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter for Myles Garrett. Easy, buddy. Easy.
Plus, that won't even get the job done.
Shout out to Todd. You just sent a message. We could talk about last word. This is Reed Blankenship's last word to the Philadelphia fan base on his Instagram. He said, "To the city that took a chance on an undrafted kid from MTSU, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Elsa and I will always be a part of the Bird family and have nothing but love for everyone that has supported us."
That's another Greg Ward for me, bro. I will root on him for the rest of his career. Love me some Reed.
Shout out to Reed, man.
Yeah,
shout out to Reed.
It's a great story. I'm glad that he's getting paid what he's worth, man. Because if it couldn't happen here, I'm glad that he's able to set his family up with some life-changing money.
Generational wealth, man. I support it. But last word before we get out of here. Anyone? I will go you, Tim Armstrong.
Buckle up. Off season's just getting started. I mean, phones are going to be going. Everybody's going to be paying attention to a lot of stuff. Shout out to my wife, who when I go, oh, she goes, what? I'm like, oh, nothing. So-and-so just got signed. She can take, once that's over, she can take a deep breath. But in Howie we trust, buckle up. Off season's here.
Just want to say happy birthday to my Uncle Marcus, and thank you for everybody that keeps on sending their prayers to my baby sis. She had a hard week last week and today, so thank you for keeping her in prayers. But yeah, free agency is the plot twist. It's basically they need to rename this joint. This is like a soap opera. But yeah, man, like Tim said, buckle up. It's about to go down. And Howie we trust. Because I see y'all on Twitter or X, but y'all be bugging, man. I know half of y'all, like, I don't even know people. You know what? I have a question. Are y'all even, is real people even on Twitter or X, or are all y'all bots?
It's
That's
all
my
bust
question.
at this point.
That's my question for X. Please.
I can't even remember the last time I checked X or Twitter, whatever it's called. But yeah, anyway, tomorrow's going to be interesting, and this draft. I mean, this deadline, this free agency has been crazy. I'm really curious about what the hell just happened between that Baltimore and Crosby trade, but yeah, man, just stay tuned. And Howie, we definitely trust, and I mean, I feel like something is in the works. I mean, something is definitely in the works. Just going to sit back and wait till it happens, and then I mean, we could all be like Tim and be like, "Woo, what just went there?" But anyway, go Birds. Have a safe week. Hopefully, see you on the next one.
I'm just gonna say support your local businesses. I a lot of mom and pop shops. I grew up in the suburbs. I was surrounded by chains my entire life. It's nice to go and support the mom and pop shops of Northeast Philly. They got way better food than the chains. So I'm gonna go have myself a burrito from El Paladar. Go check it out.
Last word. Again, shout out to all you people in the comments. Shout out to all for joining the conversation. Obviously, it's a free agency. We're all excited. It's like Christmas Day. You get new presents. Sometimes you're like, did my parents really spend a lot on this gift? But it's okay. Sometimes the presents that you get, the fourth and fifth presents, are the ones that you most likely use all the time, like the socks that you get. Sometimes it's just socks, but you use those every day.
It's quality.
So just don't be sleeping on the smaller price gifts, because and at the end of the day, it's the small things that make biggest difference. News is going to be breaking. News is going to be breaking, so be prepared for maybe a surprise podcast if something breaks. But obviously, Howie's working. He's out here doing a great job. He's doing fantastic things in my Tim Armstrong voice. So we'll see where it is. News is breaking. I'm getting
He
Texas.
didn't pass his physical, guys.
He didn't pass his physical. That's what I was just showing you.
Wow.
He didn't pass his physical.
wow.
Oh boy.
Oh, what kind? Damn. Okay, what does that mean?
We'll wait to find out.
Maybe he failed the drug test.
Didn't he have a
Just had
knee?
that sobriety party. He just failed.
Damn.
Didn't he have a big party?
Yeah, he did have a big party.
He was with Shabuzi or whatever his name is.
Yep.
Not our problem.
So the Ravens backed out.
Not our problem. But we'll see you guys in the next one. As always, it's Fly Eagles. Fly.
Go Birds.
Stay day long.
Go Birds.
Get out the room.
Go Birds. Go Birds.
Big time.